Bella is a pretty heavy character. She's a survivor of sexual assault, date rape, within the show. What is it like giving voice to that story? Does it feel like a responsibility you're shouldering, or is that something that you put out of your head so that you can just focus on this specific character?
100% it's a responsibility. I think it's, I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be able to give voice to this experience that is so frequently silenced and ridiculed and diminished. And I feel very, very honored to have been given that trust and that, that job. But yeah, it's definitely, it's not something I take lightly. I think that it's an experience that there are too many people in this world that know about too intimately. And I think that it's about time we sort of tell this story on a broader stage. And, the world has shifted so much, even only in the past couple years. Telling stories, with the Me Too movement and with everything, that I think that the fact that we get to tell this story of a young woman who so bravely and stands up and tells her truth, I think it's about time, and I feel very lucky that I get to do that.
Were you ever nervous in doing it? What kind of conversations did you have with Diablo and your director beforehand during the workshopping?
I don't think I was nervous. I think that, honestly, I remember reading the audition sides and thinking, I know this girl. It's an experience I wish I didn't understand so much, and it's an experience I wish no one in the world had to understand, but I knew it and I understood it, and I definitely felt very sort of ready, and I was thrilled to see it getting representation. I was thrilled to see the way that Diablo writes is so unafraid, and so she's so fearless in the way she dives into these sort of multifaceted levels of an experience, of a trauma, of she's not afraid to approach something with mess, because that's the world we live in. Mm-hmm. The world we live in, you do have a million different topics and traumas and experiences happening all at once. Nothing is tied in a bow, and the way that she so fearlessly approaches that is something that is an actor's dream. And there were so many conversations that Diane and Diablo and I had, books that we read, Chanel Miller's book. I would say everybody in the world should read that book. It's excellent. I've read it twice now. It's phenomenal. Know My Name. I think that we watched all of Mariska's I've watched every interview with her. I've watched I Am Evidence, her film. If anyone hasn't seen that, you should absolutely do that. Interviews with different survivors, making sure that the psychology of trauma was something we really understood. Alanis is like a mastermind at psychology. I don't know if you listen to her podcast, but she is like truly one of the most well-studied women on the planet, especially when it comes to handling trauma and whatnot. And so, yeah, this entire team was very, very well-studied, well-learned, and well-lived.